Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for staying with me. And for anyone who's new, welcome in. I have drawn for the first reading back, and we've come up with Sagittarius. On the shuffle, I came across the 4 and 5 of Pentacles, which honestly left me with somewhat of a sad feeling. So I'm hoping that's not the case. We'll focus on everybody's favorite love questions unless something else comes through. And let's just see what comes through for our beautiful Saggies. The Hanged Man. So I don't see this as negative at all. When I see the Hanged Man, I look at this card, and you guys forgive me, this is my first one back after, I think it's probably been at least a year, maybe longer. So I'm just trying to get back into it. But anyways, the Hanged Man, it strikes me as a positive one. This is one where you're just taking time to reflect, to consider, to go over options potentially. This isn't a time, I don't feel, where you're depressed though. So I'm wondering if some of you have gone through a period of depression where you were feeling very guarded, kind of shut off from the world, and you were kind of feeling stuck and almost like you couldn't get out of that. Which wasn't entirely true, because when we do look at the 5 of Pentacles, it is a card about being able to get out of the situation that you're in, but choosing to kind of stay stuck in that darker spot, that kind of more shadowy spot, which there's nothing wrong with. Sometimes we need to sit there for a bit to gather ourselves and to really feel what we need to feel, which is usually sad, and just really let down, disappointed, feelings like that. So I feel like in the past, you guys have maybe coming out of that and more into this kind of still contemplative or reflective energy, but it's more positive. You're feeling a little better about things. You're feeling and hearing a little clearer in the head. And you're feeling a little bit more balanced. You're feeling a little bit more secure, safe, more flexible in day-to-day life. And it could be literally, but I mean, so more figuratively. I feel like there's something about decoding here. So I don't know if you're going through past emotions and you're trying to kind of figure out what everything meant, or if you've been through a difficult time and you're trying to figure out what that was supposed to be about. What was that supposed to teach me? Kind of like looking for signs and syncs and stuff like that. But it feels actually like a lovely energy. Overall, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So this could be related to business, or this could be related to an individual who is either an Aries or someone who is just very authoritative. Not, when I say that, I don't mean in a bad way, but someone who's very business savvy, who's kind of more logical, who is strategic in everything that they do. They're actually, I'm hearing, brilliant at strategy. That's probably their strongest suit. That's where their gift or their talent lies, is in strategy. They could literally play something like chess or checkers or something like that. But more than anything, it's that brilliance when it comes to strategy and when to make moves. This person is probably very methodical, very patient, kind of one foot in front of the other, very stubborn, very stubborn. I don't know if I said, you guys, if they could be an Aries, but or have some fire in their chart. Very proud person. There might be a bit of an ego, not an unhealthy ego on this person, but a healthy size ego on this person for sure. So it could be involving someone like that. We'll see if they come out again. Tell us more about maybe what led to this hangman situation. Yeah, I just heard I'm hanging back. Someone's hanging back. Oh my God, you guys. That is so amazing. Okay, so we have the Empress coming out, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is like, ugh, I have a love-hate relationship with that card. And then we have the Sun on the bottom. Oh, and the World card, you guys. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so the fact that we just had the Emperor on the bottom and now we've got the Empress coming through here, this could be a connection that was really strong for those twin flame folks, people. This could be a twin flame relationship that is obviously doing its twin flame thing and being, you know, a bit turbulent. But this is you here. The Empress is all about you. It could be pregnancy, especially when we see the Empress card with the Sun. Endings, you know, the world endings with a new beginning. It could be. Obviously, that's not going to be for everybody, but that could be a message for somebody out there. But more than anything, again, I think it just reinforces this energy that you're in with the Hanged Man, where you've gone, like I said, from the 4 to 5 Pentacles. For those of you who know tarot, you know, kind of like not the greatest of times to the Hanged Man into the Empress energy, where we're starting to, I'm hearing like gather what we've learned. You've kind of taken everything that you've learned. You've taken that time. I'm just looking at all the foliage in her hair and stuff. It's almost like you've taken the time to go within, to lay low, you know, to isolate, what have you. And then you're taking what you've learned from that experience and you're taking it forward with you into a new beginning is essentially what we're looking at with the Empress. I feel like some of you recently might have felt like a wave of emotions come over you. So, you know, it's possible that you've got some water in your chart, or just that you're feeling almost like there's some weight off of your shoulders, or that you've been feeling a little more on the emotional side, but not like out of control emotions, more like an emotional stability. Something about that is just kind of like cooler waters. And I never noticed this before. Today's the first day I've ever noticed this before. There's actually fish in here. I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry, my ugly nails. If you guys can see those little fish in there. Interesting, because I'm hearing like going upstream. For those of you that feel like you've been swimming upstream, I feel like there's going to be a pause in that and things are going to get a little bit easier for you. Something here about the full moon, something here about a cycle being completed. Maybe some intentions you set out on the full moon are going to be coming back to you. You know, typically full moons are for releasing, but you know, it can also be a time where we start to think about, when we're releasing things, what we don't want, right? And what we do want to come in. So that's of significance somehow. Yeah, there's something you released on that full moon, and whatever that was, it's almost like it's building into birthing again, a new idea or a new start potentially with somebody. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's a frustrating card. Like I told you, it's not one of my favorite just because it's a really slow and steady card. But in the same breath, it really works in people's favor because it is slow and steady, and so it's built on a strong foundation, and it's something that's meaningful. It's something that's thoughtful. I just want to get a clarifier on this because I don't know what. Yeah, so okay, yeah, the moon on the bottom, guardedness. Yeah, there's that 4 of Pentacles again, something to do with the King of Pentacles. So we could be looking at an earth sign like Taurus. But there's, you know, some really guarded energy in here with respect to an ending. Potentially with the King of Pentacles, everybody's got their guards up, and it really, I'm just hearing it really took something out of you. There's this moon energy. I'll just say now, guys, like this is a lot of major arcanas coming off right away. So this was a pretty significant event, whatever has been going on here. And I do feel like this is something that's happened in the past, just when I look at, you know, what we've got here, and then towards the back of the deck is more in my mind when I'm reading the past, you know, and it's probably fairly recent past. You know, could be up to 6 months to a year. But this moon energy, it's really one where I feel like I'm drowning in my emotions, right? But it's really a time to, it's something that was needed almost for you to get the message of something, for two people potentially, I guess, to step back and to see both sides of things, for people to process their stuff. So the Knight of Pentacles is in relation to the World card, and the World card is, of course, the last card in the Minor Arcana, and so, you know, or sorry, in the tarot itself. And but it's not an ending in a bad way. It's almost, again, like you see all of these little figures that she's trying to figure out, like, you know, all of these like decoding and stuff like that that I talked about. It's almost like things make sense. You know, you can put things into place. And we're looking at, what's that called? I'm hearing something about the Fibonacci design or something. I'm sorry, you guys, I can never remember what it is, but it's almost like perfection. So it's almost like you've taken the lessons from everything that you've learned, and now it kind of clicks into space and it makes more sense. I'm getting the sense here that this has been a long time coming. I just heard this song. I'm going to try to remember to write down the songs that come through, the channeling songs. It's oh, long time running, long time coming. What's it? By the TragicallyHip. I think it's long time running. Okay, we'll put by the hip. I'll put that down below for you guys so you don't have to remember it. But yeah, so I've just heard, yeah, long time coming, you know, this ending and kind of coming to conclusions and figuring things out. So it's interesting, whatever you've been through, it got dark, but it's almost like things are starting to make sense now. What was that about? Strength. Yeah, exactly. Okay, these just, I'm going to take them because they fell out, and that's just how I roll. So again, we've got another major, you guys. We've got the Strength card coming out here. Again, it's really talking about how this time that you've spent reflecting, kind of going within, has led to almost like a balancing, I'm hearing, of two sides of yourself. So that gentle, kind of sweet, you know, quiet, a little more reserved side of yourself, and the fiercer side. So kind of, it reminds me of Cancer and Leo energy. It's kind of like this balancing of two very different energies, but it's gorgeous. So 8, infinity sign here. That could be important to somebody, but to me, that's a very powerful number, and it talks about new beginnings and cultivation, and to me very much runs in that, again, if you are a believer in twin flame stuff, or, you know, pretty crazy soulmate stuff, then, you know, that's a reinforcement. I just wanted to point out too, I was hearing as I was reading about the Strength, the similarities of these two cards, but the stark differences as well. So never really thought about this before today, but the Hangman and the Moon energy are quite similar, but they're very different feelings. So contemplative, kind of thinking, kind of, you know, reflecting, going within, trying to figure out things like that. But this is much more of kind of that light energy, where this is more of that shadow energy, right? So someone out there has been working heavily on their light and shadow side, and I'm just hearing that your guides are very proud of you for doing that, because you have come a long ways. You've actually completed a cycle. You've learned a lesson, a significant lesson. What's this 5 of Swords about, though? Because that really doesn't fit in, okay, to what we've been talking about. So we've got the 6 of Swords, the 4 of Cups, the Star, and the High Priestess. Yeah, this has been, I think they're just wanting to really point out that for those of you that, you know, if you don't have really strong self-confidence yet, or you haven't really appreciated the journey that you've been through, they want you to take time to do that now. They're not wanting you to discount how you've gotten to this place here. To have that 5 of Swords, there have been a lot of headaches. There's you know, a guy here that's bleeding. He's standing on top of this mountain and kind of, you know, arms outstretched, but it's just to say that it was a real battle to get where they were going. You had to leave something behind. I think you probably had to leave a lot of things behind. I'm hearing thoughts more than anything, and swords are our thoughts. This is an idea that you've come through some really turbulent emotional times, but there has been guides around you, like bonkers. I don't know, it could be blackbirds of some sort, ravens, crows, literal blackbirds, you know, European starlings, like whatever. If it has significance to you, you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's something about you having to go on a journey that was pretty, like, you felt alone, but you never were alone, is what they're saying. But it's not great. It's really not great. I think it probably left you feeling a lot of times, again, that you were very alone, that it's kind of like, is this ever going to get better? And spirit was always there by your side, you know, kind of gently trying to nudge you, maybe trying to get you to see the brighter side of things. I'm hearing for some of you too, it could have been a friend in your life that was trying to get you to see the brighter side of life. It was just really difficult for you to do though. And I'm hearing, you know, them say that please don't be hard on yourself if you were in kind of any pity party mode, or, you know, just not feeling it or not able to take that in. And that was part of the process, and that also takes strength to be able to kind of take yourself away and just, you know, be away from everybody and just kind of, again, sit in that energy. Sometimes we can't sit in there for forever, but this ultimately did lead to your healing with that star card there and the high priestess. This strengthened your intuition, and a lot of you are incredibly intuitive. I feel like that's probably gotten stronger. Yeah, it's just that they just really want to reinforce that you did the healing and you've come out for it. I mean, you guys, that's 2 more majors. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 majors on the board already. This is huge. I feel like, you know, we did start talking about another individual being involved, but I feel like this was a journey through yourself more than anything, honestly, which maybe a lot of you don't want to hear, but for those that it resonates with, like, congratulations, because, you know, you're an empress. The empress, a high priestess, strength card, like, wow, that's amazing. Is there anything more that we need to know about this process? I'm just going to lay those there because those are just gorgeous. I don't know if they come through as pretty on the camera as they are in real life. Most things don't, but what's that about? So there's a bit of a sticky situation I'm hearing with someone. This could be somebody, we've got the 2 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Fool. I'm just hearing this, there was or there is going to be a sticking point here where you're potentially waiting on somebody, and it's almost like life is stopping while you wait for this person here, because there's a second one. And, you know, it's almost like your dreams are on hold because you're waiting either for someone or something. I mean, it could be for a career coming in, it could be for a person, you know, take it as it resonates. But they're really encouraging you to invest in yourself here and to put this to the side. And it's not saying that you don't, like, you don't have to forget about this thing or person, but they're saying it would, I just heard behoove you. Where is that coming from? That is not a word I use. It would behoove you to, I don't know, maybe you've got someone who counsels you or feels like a professor or something. I don't know. Anyways, it behoove you to invest in yourself, learn new things, maybe take a course or study for some of you, I guess. Burning the midnight oil, I'm hearing. So some of you might have to work and study at the same time, because, you know, this person's trying to balance here. Yeah, but I feel like you're super immersed in this, and this will lead to beautiful new beginnings, and they're just really encouraging that. So I just heard, like, again, my cards were sticking, and I'm like, this is a sticking point. So I think whoever's come here today, you may have been asking about love, but I think they're wanting you to not think about that, because that's not realistic. But yeah, but to maybe put it on the back burner, invest in yourself. 10 of Pentacles here, which is our family card, our legacy card. It could be encourage some of you to focus on, Queen of Cups there, focus on your family right now. I'm hearing for some of you, you could be divorced or going through a divorce. Yeah, Three of Swords. Yeah, I think some of you have had the ending of a pretty significant relationship. Eight of Pentacles. I think this was a relationship that you really put your all into, you worked really hard into, and so for it to come to an ending is pretty disappointing. I feel like some of you had real hopes for this connection. For some of you might have been married 7 years, or with someone for 7 months. You know, 7 is important at some point. July could be important. If you're having a baby, it might be born in July. But in any event, this was pretty devastating. But what more, like, what do we need to know about that? What about this 10 of Pentacles here? What about this 10 of Pentacles? Tower. Yeah, I feel like this was very sudden, whatever it was. Temperance and Knight of Wands. You know, it's almost like a choice had to be made. Rest, contemplation here again, kind of letting go. Some of you might have got a message, or I'm getting a lot of different kind of scenarios in here. Like, I'm getting a lot of different things could have happened. Somebody could have broken up with you via email or text or something, or you found something out. I just heard like birds, you know, when they, a little birdie told me sort of thing. So I don't know if you found something out, a secret or something. This has taken a bit of a turn, but whatever it is, I think they're just really wanting to reinforce that it was incredibly painful and perhaps a bit ugly. But this happened to bring you back into balance so that you could find yourself again. You could find that spark. And I feel like this is you, you know, the essence of you, Sagittarius, because it's very, well, first of all, it is a fire card, right? The Knight of Wands is kind of like my passion, what makes me feel alive again. What do I like doing? What do I want to invest my time in? Listen, you kind of lost yourself within a situation, within a relationship situation or a family situation, and balance needed to be brought in, and, you know, you needed to find a piece of yourself. So for those of you that came here for love, because I think we're getting, yeah, the 20-minute mark is a bit long. Maybe what I'll do is I'll grab this deck here. Ooh, Magician. We got some Gemini, Virgo energy in there. Nine of Swords just kind of up in your head, which is typical for those two signs with that Mercury placement, right? But what about this person? I'm just hearing for some of you, it may not be over yet. This may have been a separation where you needed to go your separate ways to focus on yourself, potentially, because I just got this feeling like, and there's no card saying that it's ending like in a destructive kind of crazy way, like that World card, yes, but it's almost like a cycle has ended, not necessarily a relationship. And for the Emperor and the Empress to come out, it doesn't feel like, you know, this is the end. So what's going on with the person that you may have come here for, if you did? I know someone did. And listen, at least one person has. No one watches these things when they're feeling good and not confused about stuff. So the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, look, we've got the Six of Swords again, you guys. The Death card, Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Ooh, it could have been for some of you like a work connection that your partner went towards. Let's see here. I'm just hearing something needed to change. And there needed to, again, be this separation. We talked about the Six of Swords there. Anytime two cards show up in the same reading, it's kind of like, what is it? I can't remember who says it. Oh, it's, who's that reader? Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. 8th house empath. That's right. I said what I said. Right, I love her. I said what I said. Yeah, it's Spirit's way of saying I said what I said. You know, when you get the same cards showing up in a reading. You know, if this person, again, if you separated, I feel like this was that ending and a walking away, but they're going to walk right back to you. This Queen of Pentacles energy here. Okay. We'll get a message. Again, I think for the majority of you, they're wanting, yeah, self-sabotage, stuck with you. That song, yes, is true. I'm so happy to be stuck with you. So somebody messed up somewhere. We're humans, that's what we do. But I think this is going to come back together. But I think through this process, you've learned a little bit about yourself. I think some of you need to be a little bit more selfish, a little more self-care, a little bit more about investing in yourself. With the Ten of Pentacles here, I feel like your kids are probably older, so you can probably afford to do that now. If you can't, just do the small little things that you're able to do to invest in yourself. But this feels definitely more mature to me. Like people that have been together for quite some time or a little bit older. Let's see, what would they say to you if they could? Oh, two things. Yes, sir. Oh, he is a narcissist, and there are things about me that you don't know. Shame, embarrassment, and fear. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got Don't Dream It's Over by Crowded House. So, yeah, with he is a narcissist, I mean, this person could be a narcissist. But I feel that's it's not as common as people think. I think that gets thrown around a lot, and I think that it is overused, we'll say. But it could be somebody who did take a lot and didn't give a lot in return, because this whole reading is all about you and self-empowerment and coming into yourself and reflecting on these things. And so I think that if this is a healthy relationship overall, and this person is just a bit selfish and, you know, they've kind of not been giving you what you deserve sort of thing, then this has been a lesson in changing that. And if you're not going to see that, then, you know, potentially reevaluate the value of this relationship and how it's serving you and the other person too. The other thing I'm getting to is you may think this person is a narcissist, or people may think this person's a narcissist, but a lot of their issues, and we're not going to get into that today because now we're at 27 minutes, but a lot of these issues could be that this person feels a deep-seated shame or embarrassment, or kind of that complex of not good enough. And when they're feeling that way, these people can come across as quite selfish, or devaluing your feelings, or, you know, having avoidant-like tendencies, that sort of thing. So, and don't dream it's over. So yeah, this person doesn't think it's over either way. So just be careful with that. Obviously, if you are with someone who is a narcissist and who's abusive and who's unkind to you and does not treat you well, that this does not apply. You know, there's no excuse for that. And if, you know, they need to get help, and you don't need to be a punching bag while they do that, okay? So, but, you know, when we're looking at childhood wounds and traumas and things like that, because there's nothing in this here that would make me believe that this was like a toxic relationship. And so this is why I think we need to balance those cards out. So anyways, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there because I could talk forever about this. Thank you for letting me read for you today. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.